Yeah.
Uh,
The non-dryer items.
yeah, the non-dryer items. Hi, Mike. If you're still here, you're
Hi,
waiting.
Mike.
Our fingers are waving hello, and my bugs are saying yes, yes. My bugs might be saying, "Eat me, eat me." I
Well, I
have
decided
eaten.
to glue these pages that I've got in front all together so they make one stiff page to just open one page.
That's how I did mine.
So then I need to figure
Uh-oh.
out something over here.
To
So,
put, yeah,
yeah,
maybe
I
one of
may
your,
do a little bit of a collage over there.
yeah, maybe one of your pictures.
Yeah.
Um, that's now the fly leaf didn't want to behave when I tried to glue it down, so I left it. It's because it's the way it's glued right there. So I left it, and then I just glued the next batch of pages sort of
Yeah.
together.
Well, I made mine. I made mine behave. I didn't give it a choice.
Aha! Hi, Joy and Mina and Susan and Julie.
Hi,
Okay.
ladies.
Hi,
Hi,
Sherry and
Sherry.
Mina. Oh, I was
Good
supposed
to
to
see
show.
you.
I was supposed to I'm supposed to show Julie something, and I forgot to get it out.
Oh, well, go get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get it. That's not the right drawer, though.
Hi, Susie. Hi, Candy. Glad y'all are here.
Hi, Susie and Candy. Okay, this is a silicone baking mat, and you can't see this, but it's about about a 16th of an inch thick. Now, I have cut pieces off of this because I bought this for something totally unrelated to baking and totally unrelated to crafts. We needed a seal around a vent in the old camper when we were retrofitting it with my what do you call that? My studio space in the old camper. But Julie, this is what I'm talking about as far as underneath rubber stamps. It works really well. It feels like rubber. It's about a 16th inch thick. I keep it in my craft room because these silicone baking mats, you can put hot glue right on and squash it. Oh, Barbara got lost. Hi, Barbara.
Well,
Hi,
we're glad
Sonia.
you found us, Barbara.
I think I said hello to everybody, but
Oh, Sana's
hello
here. Hi,
everyone.
Sana.
Yep, Sonia's here. So I hope I
And
did. If I
Susan.
didn't,
Did we
I
say hi,
apologize.
Susan? I can't remember. I can't.
Oh, yes. Hi, Susan. Okay, let me just look and I'll see. Mike is here. Joy
Or
is
at least
here.
he
Mina's
was.
here. Susan's here. Julie's here. Sherry. I miss Sherry. Mina, Candy, Susie, Julie, Joy, Sonia, and Barbara. And hello to all of you. Yeah, and it came from. Well, hi Becky. You
Hi,
taking
Beth.
a few-minute break? This particular one came from the hardware store that has a really nice cooking section in it. But I think that if you looked at even the craft stores where they have the baking sections now, but it feels like rubber. Okay, it's that kind of silicone stuff.
The kind of like they make ice trays and stuff out of.
Yes. And now they make things you can bake in. Gotta run get boxes. And she's gonna let Bernadette listen to us. We'll have to say hello, Bernadette, and that'll make Bernadette all upset.
Hey, Bernadette, don't get upset.
No, the nice thing about this one is over a mouse pad is that this is so thin.
Oh, yeah. And
Which
thin
really works well.
helps sometimes.
Yeah. So because you can stick it in a book or something like that if you want. And it's really floppy. So, but they take heat. Hi, Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria.
So now I'm going to work on finishing coloring my bugs. Oh,
Oh, she's out. So she couldn't even hear us.
ah. She took her for a walk in the park, so she's gone. Uh-huh. Oh. Hi, Teresa. Teresa's driving, so she can't chat, but she can listen. Yay! Hi, Mandy. Um, Lori asked last night about the sets, and I was looking. I went back in and I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and I really want 36, the 36 count one. The reason being is the purples.
Yeah.
The 36 count one has several purples, and honestly, I can't seem to mix good purples with what I've got. Yay! Julie's got a bug book, so I'm guessing she's going to do a bug. Becky says out as asleep, and that's what I took it as. She's out cold, is what.
Yeah. I was assuming that was it if she had just been to the park.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have
Um,
been outside. But since she said she was going to let her listen to it,
listen. Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're just going to keep her asleep. That's what it is.
Yeah, we're kind of like that. So, anyways, I am going to work on these bugs some more. But yeah, I'm really coveting that box of 36, which is not a good thing, but I've been good so far.
So far.
So far, yeah. So far. However, it's in my cart.
You can only be good for so long.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. After
Go ahead.
today, I deserve a present.
That bad, huh?
Oh yeah, it was bad this morning.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna have to quit letting Mom on the computer. But it involved a 2 hour, almost 2 hour trip to the bank.
Oh, goodness.
Well, she paid a couple of her bills more than once, like one of them 3 times in the 1 month. So there's some little strangeness going on there. So
Well, I decided to go ahead and glue down the pages in the back because it's hard to glue over a hole.
okay. Ha! When did she buy it? 2 days ago.
By what?
Oh, Maria's got an old book with bugs. Okay, I forgot that I had that. When did she buy it? 2 days ago. Oh, 2 days ago. Oh. And you're right, Mindy. They probably won't be off my mind till I get them. I'll probably, be thinking about them. But of course, yesterday everything was closed, so today everyone was in the bank.
Yeah. That's true. Well, today is the first day for early voting.
Oh, okay. Ours doesn't start till next week.
And well, we got an extra week. Our governor, since we have such strict absentee voting laws,
Mm-hmm.
he gave us an extra week early voting. So that's something.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it's the one thing that my son has decided is important enough to leave the house for.
Well, okay.
So I'm taking him Thursday morning and we're going to go vote.
Awesome.
Yep, I thought so.
Yeah. Barbara, it wasn't that she didn't remember. It was that she somehow clicked something and paid the same bill, the same amount 3 times on one bill and twice on the other. So, it wasn't that she forgot, and she caught it. I didn't catch it. She caught it. So, I have to really give her that. But it I did have to go figure it out. So,
So are they going to refund her money, or is she
oh,
going to just not pay for the next few months?
uh first off, one of them was the credit card, and we just had to buy a refrigerator. So that money's already, spent. Not a big deal. And
Yeah.
the other one was Cox Cable, and she had already called Cox about it, and they had already sent her a check. So she had
So,
already fixed that part all by her little lonesome.
so basically, you were at the bank trying to see how you can make this not happen again.
That's right. Well, and to see if it was her or it looked like it was the bank.
Yeah. What did they say?
Um, it came from all the payments came from the same IP address, and it was a computer, so it was all her. So we've had a discussion, and I'll go over and check on things, and we'll see what she's touching. But
Yeah.
some issues. She called my sister and told her she could hear music and was certain homeless. Oh dear, Becky, that is going to be hard. See, she's really pretty together. My guess is her hand shook and she didn't realize she clicked a button. The computers are like that.
That's true. You
You
can do
know,
it more than once.
yes, it's not hard to do. So
Yeah.
it was
Of course,
just
I
that,
pay mine through my bank, and so you have to go through multiple steps in order to pay it once. So,
well, see, and that's what she had actually done, is paid it through the bank.
hmm.
And somehow it was all, oh, this guy actually has really buggy eyes. Oh, he is, he's major kind of weird.
Well, he is a bug, so
Yes, he is. Anyways, it was a boo boo. It's not a big deal. It was just that I had to go to the bank to double check everything because I couldn't get far enough in. I had to have a computer person, and I couldn't get to that computer person to see where it was coming from.
well, I'm glad, Becky, that you'll be that close to her because it really does relieve a burden on your mind when you can just run over there real quick. I know that
And
with mom right next door.
and that's why we moved back here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not where we really wanted to be. It's just where we needed to be.
But it allows them independence a little bit longer.
Yep. Yeah,
And
because
you too. you know.
well, I will tell you, for the 5 years before this, I was running back and forth from South Dakota constantly.
Yeah, this is much
And
easier.
yeah, 7 years ago, I spent 4 months down here, and then the year before that, I spent 3 months down here, um, taking care of stuff. So, and I couldn't work when I was here, so
Hi,
that
Andrea.
did not work well. So, hi, Andrea. I hope there's nobody.
That is
Greg
very
drives there every
interesting,
night.
Nina. I had not heard about that.
What's going on?
She said there's a phenomenon a lot of people are experiencing. Somehow the background sound of an air conditioning starts getting translated to music or voices in their mind.
Hmm, that's interesting. She wears hearing aids and takes them out at night. So, uh, that's true, Becky. She might not be able to. And hi, Andrea. And I hope we didn't miss anybody else coming in, because um, I can't see very well if I'm painting. So,
Oh.
but I told Lori last night 24 was probably enough, but boy, I really, if I'm going to get more, I'm probably going to get the 36 box.
Well, that's why I got 36 of the blocks. So
Mhm.
I understand. It was a um it was enough. I thought 72 was like overkill,
Well,
but 36 was.
when you go into the 72, you get a lot of grays and
Yeah.
browns and hi Holly.
Things I don't need that much of.
Yeah,
Hi, Holly.
and that's why, I was like, I don't know.
Hmm. Okay. I'm going to let that sit a while. And I'm going to work on this. I went on down till I found something here that I
Uh-huh.
liked.
Uh-huh.
And then I went down a few pages up here till I found these buggies. And I want to leave some buggy in there, but I don't know whether to leave this one or this one or this or this. But I only want to leave one of the four.
Okay, my opinion, that
Yeah.
nice scoopy round one up there at the top, but that's my
This one.
opinion. Yeah.
Well, that would be convenient for sure. Because that way the edges could go on down.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that I really like this one and I wanted to leave it, but that takes that much.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And this one doesn't really show good enough to I mean it
Yeah.
would take a lot here.
And it I don't know. You're going to have to leave too much white space with the others, I think is what.
I think so too. All right, thank you.
That's my opinion, but you might want to ask for someone else's.
Well, your opinion confirmed mine, so that's all I need.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good.
All I wanted was somebody to say the same thing as me.
All right.
Hi,
Hi,
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. As long as we're on the same page here and we're not is the deal, right? Okay.
Yeah. I need to add a little glue.
Gosh, that brush, I keep picking up an awful lot of color.
Well, maybe some of them want to be colorful.
Yes, I know that they all want to be very colorful. I just I don't know why my brush keeps just grabbing so much color. It's like, ooh,
It's thirsty.
I think so. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell you, after watching, I went back and watched those videos again.
Which
Um,
the
of the
book videos? Uh-huh.
Yeah, of the guys who do this, um, and so I was watching them again, and I was thinking, when they're doing this, they're just calmly, serenely, slowly cutting things out. And I'm over here going, I need to be more calm and serene while I do this because it's not supposed to be a race.
No, it's not. Uh-uh.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I was like, okay, my attitude needs an adjustment here.
Oh dear. Hi, Nancy.
And maybe my technique too. But anyway, I just thought that was so funny because they're just talking away and just gently cutting, and I'm over here.
Well, they have done it a few times.
That is true.
That's, A
Of course,
huge
they're also, being interviewed, and so they want to appear
calm and serene.
calm and serene, and they're doing a good job. Okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't, when she says, uh-oh, that's just, you know,
It's
not,
worrisome.
yes, it's not a good sound.
Well, it's really not that bad of an issue, but
Okay.
it was something that needed to be addressed.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try to do another one where I go straight down and not go back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I need to glue that down before I cut it because it's. Hey, Joy.
Hi, Joyce.
Um, it's harder to get some pieces out of there,
Yeah.
and so then they pull up.
Uh-oh. Mina's not feeling
So,
well.
oh no,
Well,
Mina, honey, I'm sorry.
I hope you feel better. Her allergies and stuffs. You know,
Yes, well, I
that
definitely
nasty
understand that. I've been struggling
stuff.
with it too. I hope you get better quick.
Okay, is that the black or the blue? I wish they would put a better thing on the end of this.
A better thing?
Yeah. That does, it just looks totally and completely black, and it's not. It's a blue.
Yeah.
So I always have trouble finding the right little the right color because I'm looking at it and it looks so black, and I just kind of figure that that must be the color it is.
Okay.
That leg looks funny, like with just half a body that's blue and half that's red. It just looks weird. Andrea's talking in a deep voice. Deep voice. Becky, did you know it's probably not the goldenrod though that's causing the trouble? It's probably ragweed instead of the goldenrod. Goldenrod's pollen doesn't float around. Ragweed's does.
Well, I know it's ragweed here.
Yeah,
They've even posted warnings about it.
yeah. And they both
Nothing else
bloom.
is growing, because we're not getting any rain. But the ragweed, it just goes right ahead.
Yeah, well, and ragweed and goldenrod bloom at the same time. So goldenrod often gets blamed for it. But I learned that when Brandon was little. Mina, do you use honey at all for anything?
Oh, I'm
Yay!
so glad, Susie.
Yay! I've got to go Monday. They're finally going to fix my cap, my crown, where they did the root canal whenever 3 weeks ago. They're going to fix my crown. Finally.
No,
Um,
she doesn't use honey. She's diabetic.
okay. Well, and uh, now I will tell you that there's mom uses honey because she uses Tupelo honey, and it is better for diabetics because it for some reason it metabolizes them in your system not at once. It's like extended release kind of thing. But if you don't use honey at all, I was going to suggest you get local honey because local honey helps with allergies,
I remember we
especially
did that when the kids were young. We
yeah,
bought
pollen,
local honey.
especially pollen allergies
Yeah.
are helped a lot by local honey.
And we used to go to a every year we would go on a field trip to a apple orchard that's only about an hour away, and we started buying our honey there, um, because we saw exactly how they process it and everything.
Hmm.
And the man we'd been getting honey from in town had passed away, and I don't know where his bees went, but I didn't have access to the honey anymore. So we were getting it from there, which is still way better than um, having to get honey from Colorado or somewhere
Right. Hmm.
that was what was closest that we could find at the store.
Well, we have a company here in town called East Hill Honey. I happen to know one of the people who owns the company, um, and they have local honey, but they also bring Tupelo honey up from Central Florida. Tupelo is it's from oranges, I guess, orange blossoms or something, and it's very hard. It's sometimes hard to get. Sometimes I can't get it for mom, but she doesn't use a lot of it, and so it's okay for even though she's diabetic. But as sweeteners go, it's um, it's better than other honeys because it metabolizes in a different way. And I can't explain it today because my words are not working. So, but
Exactly, Holly. That's right.
yes, because the pollens from, yep. His moans were classic. Oh dear. And yes, it's good to support local beekeepers. Um, our friends that live out on the river, the ones we're going to go see this evening, who we haven't seen hardly at all because of not going to see anybody.
Are these the ones
We
you play games with?
Yeah, yeah, and it was her birthday last week, and she just really, really, really wanted to play dominoes, and I couldn't last week because of my bead show. But um, so we're gonna go sit on the back. They have like a screened-in porch. We're gonna go sit
Uh-huh.
on the porch and play a few games of dominoes.
That's good. Well, if they are being careful and you're being careful, it probably is good.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Um,
That's why my mom and Daryl have, done a few things with my aunt and uncle because they're being careful and they're being careful. And if they
right,
do things only together, then they're probably both fairly safe. So,
and that's kind of the plan. So,
yeah.
um, okay, let's see here. I don't
Okay.
really want that red. I think what I want is I'll put that brown on this big one. I like this. It's called Baked Earth, and it's very much like that sienna color. Oh, I'll show you what I got yesterday. See, I got this. I got the little box, so they
Yay.
won't go all over everywhere. So,
That's great.
and I don't know why it didn't
It's
just
worth
go
it,
ahead.
I think.
Yeah, it, it
Especially if you have a coupon.
well, and I did, and we were coming pretty much right by it. We were over. We had to go get mom's car. Um, she's been afraid that it was something wrong with it. And Jeff and I tried to tell her that, when you don't drive it at all for months at a time, the little light might stay on a little while.
Yeah.
But she's been worried about it, so it needed an oil change anyway. So I just took it in and I said, okay, Larry, please, this is my mama. She's going to be 90. Please, will you make sure that everything is, and we're going to be gone a week. So she took herself today down to the center where her exercise classes are going to start back up, but outside.
Oh, that's
So
good.
She took herself down to see if she could handle it. If it was going to be in a place where she can get to without. She can't walk on grass very well. She shuffles her feet too much and things like that. She's unsteady. So, and whether or not there was enough parking, because she's also, not really, she wants to park where she doesn't get too close to anybody else. She's very careful. Anyways, so she took herself and checked it out, and she said yes, she thought next week she'd go at least to a couple of the classes, since they're going to be outdoors and since she can do it herself. So, and it's like 10 or 15 blocks from her house, so it's not, she doesn't even have to go out on a main road.
Oh, that's good.
So that's really good. So well, I won't buy honey in the grocery store, Julie, because it's not all honey. It half the time it's got honey on the front, but it's made with partly honey and partly sugar.
Yeah,
Or
that's what
and
they were talking about. It's not
yeah,
real.
it's not real. Yes, I missed it. So, um, and I've got to where I don't buy beet sugar anymore. I don't use hardly any stuff like that, but I do use a little here and there. But I found this brand of cane sugar I can buy that's not so refined. So I've been getting that for the little tiny bit that I do use.
Well, I messed up this wheel.
Uh-oh.
Not the wheel itself, but the white part beside it. So it may end up getting taken out at some point. If
Well, if you don't like it, then that's the thing to do, is to take it out.
It's always an option.
Mm-hmm. Julie's keyboard is giving her fits today.
I think sometimes they have a mind of their own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
What, did they have a mind of their own,
Yeah,
or
that they have a mind of their own. I don't want them to.
well,
I want them to just do what I want them to do.
well, I think that's what happened to my mama. You know, I think that she clicked somewhere that it just shouldn't have been clicked. But she did it more than once. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, I can't decide what colors I don't have. I'm trying to see what color bugs I need more of.
Make yourself big and let us look at them. Maybe somebody will have a suggestion.
Okay. Let me get it a little closer.
Yeah, that was going to be my next suggestion while I'm ordering you around.
Oh, I like to be. There we go. Oh, I might get. There. Hmm. That's almost too big. Let's go out one. There we go. That's better. Yeah,
Those
we
are
haven't
pretty.
been to we haven't been to a restaurant either.
Bye bye, Mina. I hope you
Bye
get
bye,
feeling better
hon.
quickly.
I hope you feel better soon. Okay. I've got like one. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven more bugs to paint. I'm just trying to decide what colors I don't have very much of.
Well, I don't. Every time I start to say I don't see, then I do see some. They're pale, so it's hard to tell what are greens and what are yellows, and
Yeah, and they're more vibrant
then they look.
than they look, but they are kind of pale.
They're all pretty. I like them. I think just do one more of each color, one more yellow one more green one more blue one more red one.
All right, that's
Then you
what
got it
I'll do.
covered.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I got big bugs to paint too, so you know.
Yeah, I had forgotten about the big ones.
Yeah. Oh, I mean these are pretty big because they're like an inch and a half.
Oh, I thought you meant the ones from the other book.
Oh, I painted a few of those, and I'm not sure how many of those I'm gonna use. I used the one on the front cover, but if I use the great big ones too far down, they I'm just covering a lot of it up.
That's true. Yeah.
Most all of ours you can eat in, but that's we don't do that. But um, our restaurants you can eat in. I we don't.
Yeah, ours you can too. They just are at like half capacity.
Yeah. We haven't been in a restaurant since March.
I've been in a couple and I went took my friend Penny for her birthday. I took her to
Yeah.
lunch and we went to a Mexican food restaurant that I had never been in, and they really had people separated. I'm talking like two or three tables between people, but we went to eat at not peak lunch hour on
Yeah.
purpose so there would be less
Hmm.
people there.
Yeah.
And the waitresses, they came and they did their thing and then they left. They didn't stay around and visit, and
No. Mm-mm.
so I felt like they were handling it pretty good, and you could watch the way they were cleaning the tables and everything, when other people left. So it wasn't the casual swipe down that places used to have.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I can't imagine that there would be the one place that we might try to go. The only problem with it is it's so tiny. Um, and I don't know how they're handling it, but there's there's this place that they make these calzones that are absolutely yummy, and we tried doing takeout of them once early in the
uh-huh.
spring, and that it steams too much in the
Yes,
takeout
yeah.
container, and it just wasn't very good. So
Sometimes that's just an inappropriate kind of takeout container.
yeah, it was just nothing you would do to this because it's like baked, and then it's got all that meat and stuff in it, and it's just like, and it was okay. I liked it fine because I don't mind my food that's a little soft, but Jeffrey likes his shell crunchy,
Yeah.
and it definitely was not going to be crunchy ever.
That's one of
So,
those times when you buy it and you open the container and leave it
and then,
open and rush to the park nearby so to
right,
eat it.
sit and eat it. Yeah, and that might be something we could do.
Don't try to
The
get
other,
it all the way home.
well, the other thing is we could take it to, if he opened the container, we could take it to mom's and heat it back up in the toaster oven, which
Yeah.
would make it, crunchy on the outside. Oh, Tanya's compliment. Um, they need it in pizza boxes. Even in a box, I think it would steam too much. These would. Did Tanya see my compliment? I don't give these things out for free. Take the compliment, darn it. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, I
You
missed
missed
it.
what, Tanya?
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Holly, is that a solid offer? Because my answer would be yes. Um, Holly told Andrea someone needed to take her by the hand to get her into trouble. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm looking for it, Andrea. It must be way up there. Okay, Andrea, I missed it and I can't find it. Will you retype it for me so I can see it? Because I didn't see it. I'm guessing maybe it was about my bugs, but I don't know. I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either. That's weird.
Hmm. Okay, wait. I am just exhausting. Oh dear.
That doesn't
I'm.
sound much like a compliment.
Oh. But I'll take it. I'll take it. And Holly told her she's not loud enough, I guess. Oh dear. Oh, I heard ripping. I just heard ripping. That was not a good sound. Your
It was okay. It was just the paper coming out in more than one piece.
Well, thank you
She said
very
the
much,
bugs look
Andrea.
beautiful. If you didn't
Hmm.
know they were hand colors, she wouldn't have guessed.
That this is the real bugs. These are real bugs. That's what they look like in real life. Did you know that? Yeah, right. What I really liked about the sheet when I did the last one was all where I cleaned my brush. It's so pretty the way it comes out when you clean your brush.
Yeah, I like that too.
But thank you for retyping it too, Andrea, because I truly did not see it. All right. We need a really lime greeny bug. One that's really bright lime green.
Boy, compliments some folks is a lot of trouble, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, I looked for it too, Andrea, and I didn't see it either. So,
Yeah. Hi,
hi,
Mary.
Mary.
Yeah, I love the color around them. That I did this batch of bugs honestly to because I love the whole sheet the way it is. And I didn't ever like to color, but this coloring this way is so much fun. This is more, painting than it is coloring, I think. That bug is very green. We're gonna make this bug some real light green. Oops, that's hiding. I'll put it over here where you can see it better. Maybe she just thought it. She might have. Hi Linda.
Hi, Linda. Did I say hi, Mary? I meant to say hi. Then Hannah came in, and I'm not sure if I said it.
Barbara, yes, I better remember to scan this sheet this time. That was my plan, I may not cut this one up. I may just keep it like as a masterboard kind of thing. That may be, um, its,
It's job.
yeah, job. Yep, I like that word. It's job. Um, just we'll see. It depends on how many bugs I need for my book, but I do plan on scanning it.
Of course, you could use one of the scanned ones for your book if you wanted to.
Yeah, I probably could. There, lime green and pink bugs.
I like it.
She needs 2 kittens and to call her in the morning. Hi, Elizabeth. I don't think we said hello to you yet.
I think we did, but I could be
Okay.
wrong. I've been wrong before.
Well, and Linda came in. I will tell you that when I'm painting bugs, it's a little harder to see who's here. Okay, so on this green bug, we are now going to put a bunch of pink. Just because we can.
That's as good a reason as any.
Yeah. You do want to let it dry just a little bit before you start going over it with another color. Just an FYI to y'all, because if you don't, they mix together, which is fine. But you won't get pink. You'll get
Something else.
I'm just thinking, but you'll probably get brown because green is yellow and blue, and pink is basically red and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll probably get brown.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, someone has chocolate.
Oh, I wish it was me.
She'd take 2 hellos. Mud.
Well, we're glad.
Julie says I'll get mud. Yes, and sometimes you can get that lovely shade of yucky brown.
And sometimes it turns into a pretty shade of brown, but you just don't know till you do it.
Well, and when you're supposedly painting a bright colored bug, you certainly don't want a brown bug.
No.
I don't mind getting a brown bug when I start for a brown bug, but
Barbara's going into lurk mode. She's got to
okay.
work on laundry and some pears. Cool. Mud is beautiful, Joy says.
Mm-hmm. It means it rained.
Yeah, I wish we had some mud. I would call it beautiful right now.
It hasn't rained here in about 4 days. Is that
It
right?
hasn't
Four
rained
days?
here in a month or more.
Mm, that is just too long.
Probably quite a bit more, actually. I'm trying to think when it rained last. It's been a while.
Mhm.
I mean, usually this time of year, it's, things are not brown yet, but they're brown right now.
They're brown.
And not the fall brown, the parched, haven't got enough water brown.
Hmm. Holly says, mud, beautiful mud, so brown and squishy. Slicing them up and putting them out on the dryer.
The pears.
Yes,
Are you putting them in a dehydrator or?
that's what Andrea was asking, and I like dehydrated pears, but that's just too bright. We're just going to take it down a little bit. There we go. That looks more bug-like. Yes, in the dehydrator. They're out in the garage, wrapped in newspaper and wine boxes. And yes, she's going to put them in the dehydrator. I'm thinking about
Cool.
trying some of my pumpkin in the dehydrator. I got pumpkins the other day because I needed to make. I want to make pumpkin pie, and it's just about non-existent here. So I bought a couple of pumpkins, and then we were going to get that. I was going to take care of them the same day, and then we were going to get that storm. So I ended up um, not taking care of them because a big portion of them is going to have to go in the freezer, and I needed room for Mom's food if the storm came at us. So I haven't done it, but I'm thinking about taking some of it and putting it in the dehydrator and see what happens.
And then you just reconstitute it to use it, or what are you?
Yeah,
What are your?
yeah. It would probably turn into sort of a powder instead
Yeah,
of, you know. Um, I've done that with tomatoes before. Works really well with tomatoes.
yeah. The
I
only
just
time
don't.
I've ever done tomatoes, I used I dehydrated them and then I put them in like olive oil,
Oh, to
like
use like
roasted.
yeah, like sun dried tomatoes kind of thing.
Yeah,
Hmm. A couple of
but
years ago, I was trying to make teal or turquoise, but kept getting army green. Oh dear. Yep.
sometimes it's easier, Julie. Just buy the color you like. Yeah.
Um, I will tell you, Andrea, that the book I had was very, very helpful when I got my dehydrator. Um, the one Lisa sent me, I haven't really read it as well yet. But if you get a good book that and that tells you about dehydrating vegetables and fruits and things, um, it really is helpful. The the dehydrator I have is called an Excalibur, and that's the company. And they have books on their website they have several really good books on their website. Um, and tomato powder is really nice because it takes up a lot less space than say canning it, or
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons that I did that. We were kind of low on jars. I had put up a lot of pears in my jars, and I was getting low on jars. So I had tried it, and I liked it. It works real well because if you open a jar of tomato sauce, it's never quite as thick as you want it. So it was really nice to have the powder.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I need to remember that.
The
I
one
have,
thing you have to have is Teflon sheets um, to put tomato paste on. You know, kind of have to cook it
yeah.
down some, and then you have to.
Oh,
Um,
so I thought you would dehydrate it and then pulverize it. So I
I
was,
actually, I cheat. I don't like the seeds and the skin in my um, sauce, so I kind of cheat. I have first off, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to peel the tomatoes. So I just take off any bad spots and then I cut them like in quarters and I put them in the pot, which I have learned to use my crock pot. And I cook them and I cook them and I cook them. And then I have a food mill, an old timey food mill. And when
uh-huh.
you put that through the food mill, it takes out every single seed and every bit of skin, and you have almost nothing in the way of waste left. And then I just put it in the crock pot with the lid off of it and just cook it until it turns into paste.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
And it works really well. And you can cook a lot of tomatoes that way and not have to watch them, is the big
Yeah.
thing.
And that's kind of an important thing there, not having to watch them all the time.
Yeah, not having to watch them. Now, a lot of times I'll start them in a different pan, so because they're so juicy, and
Yeah.
then I'll go to the crock pot kind of thing. But it's all, it's all about being lazy with me, and when it comes to processing food, it takes so much to process a lot of food, and so I just tried to make it easy for me, and that's what worked. So
Yeah. Well,
now,
I was reading an article not too long ago talking about tomatoes, and one of the things it said was that um, there are things in the skin and the seeds that are made to protect, the seeds,
yes.
and it's healthier for your body to not eat the seeds or the skin of the tomatoes too. So
Hmm.
it's just a hassle to to
To get
peel
them out.
tomatoes, and
Oh yes.
well, I've peeled them before because I freeze them and then I put them in hot water and the peel comes right off. But the
Right.
seeds are
And
another story.
right. I had not seen that until recently. And like I said, the thing I have is it's like a giant twisty colander thing. But
Yeah,
but when you put that liquid through there and you run that through there, it I have almost nothing left as far as except seeds and a little bit of skin. I mean, it takes everything else out, so
that
it works
sounds
really
like
well.
what my mom used to use to make jam and jelly.
Oh yes, I have done that. Hi, Janice.
Yeah.
Um,
Hi, Janice. She hasn't done that in a long time, but she used to can a lot of stuff.
Julie said her blender blends it till there's no bits at all. And see, um, one of the reasons I don't like the seeds is because I think especially if you can it with the seeds in it, it has a tendency to leave sort of a little bit of a bitter taste in your tomatoes. I have two more bugs. I just have to think what color I want. I think real blue. Real blue bug.
Yeah, real blue. That sounds good.
So, my favorite thing to can is green beans, and you have to pressure cook them, but I prefer my my own canned green beans. I miss them. I
I
truly.
miss those too. That was one thing my mom did a lot of, and
Mhm.
I can't, the cans you buy in the supermarket. I can't eat them. I mean, I
Mhm.
can if I'm at somebody's house and I'm being nice,
Yep.
but I don't buy them that way. I buy fresh green beans, um, because I can't have mom's canned beans, but So I always, if I'm going to eat green beans, I'm going to eat them from fresh. Um, but I make them where they're kind of steamed and have um, garlic and soy sauce and stuff in them.
Ooh,
So
that sounds yummy.
they are really yummy. So there's, I call them stir fried, but it's it's really more like steaming them, except they're not in a steamer. But
Okay, Andrea. Um, Magic Bullet or NutriBullet will do it. Yeah. Um, the other thing is how many you're processing, Julie. If when I was doing tomatoes, it was batch after batch after batch after batch, and I cannot imagine putting them through the food processor. That would have made me exhausted. My food mill is big. It's made for huge batches kind of thing, but it's old. It's old as probably old as I am. Um, what was I going to say? It was about the green beans. Oh, my child once asked his grandmother if the green beans that we were eating came out of a jar or a can. And Grandma said, "Well, Brandon, they came out of a can. My." And he said, "Well, Mama's coming out of the jar, and they are better, Grandma." He's better, Grandma. Like, okay, kid, just you better be careful what you say to your grandmother.
luckily, grandmothers love them anyway.
Well, and luckily, my grandmother agreed with his grandmother agreed with him completely. She said,
Yeah.
"Yeah." Now,
There's a point in your life where you trade what you love best for what is easier.
yeah, that's true. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, and like right now, I don't have any green beans, so the
Yeah.
green beans don't grow in the fall.
Yeah.
Although I actually I was going to plant green beans. I ordered seed because I was going to plant green beans, and then so much it happened right. They should have gone in right about the time we had the um, hurricane. So, hi
Yeah, that
Janet.
kind of messes things up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Jeff has been just too busy to for me to ask to finish that thing up that he was going to build for me and fill it up with dirt and all
Yeah.
that stuff. That he's had too much else to go. Okay, they're done. I'm going to make myself big and you can see them.
Yay.
Okay.
I love them.
Now they have to dry. So now I'm going to put bugs into my book. Um, the Holly says she would be that grandmother. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, we got to put these somewhere that they will not get boo-booed. There we go. And I realized for some reason these two bugs didn't get put away the other day. I don't know exactly why.
At our house, it was kind of the opposite. My Ethan would eat steamed broccoli if mom cooked it, but mine wasn't good enough, and I couldn't tell any difference between hers and mine.
But yours wasn't good enough. That
But
is.
mine wasn't good enough. And mashed potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
yep, yep. Now I will admit that when my mom makes mashed potatoes, they are smooth as silk, and I don't go to that much trouble.
There you go. You get
So
lumps,
I agree with him on the mashed potatoes, but
get lumps at my house too. So you're lucky if they get mashed because I'm a lazy cook. I just eat them. Yes, Janet. I actually made a whole sheet of bugs, and I didn't color them on camera. I had colored them sitting at my desk, and Mindy asked me about how I was coloring them, so I started coloring some of them Sunday because I just had some time. And I really like how the sheet looks with where I've cleaned it off in between. So I'm going to scan this sheet before I cut them up to use them. And yeah, Becky, I'm not sure I have an electric mixer anymore. Baking is not something I do, so I need to back out, I think, a little bit more because I don't think you can see that very well. There. But yes, Janet, I put a few bugs in last week. I'm really loving how they look tucked in there. And I think each page is going to get about 3 bugs, so I'll probably have to make more bugs. I really like how what I've done is I've sort of tucked them. I'm trying to tuck them into the pages a little bit so that they kind of show from the last one, but they don't show too much. And like this bug is just kind of, that bug is down there.
Hi, Janet. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Janet. I'm really liking how it looks. I really. Come on now, don't do that. I really think that it's kind of fun. I'm happy with how it's going. All right, so I need another.
Well, I hope that service visit goes good for you, Julie, because we have had very few any things that have gone well for us lately. So I pray that yours goes well, and it's just it doesn't need anything extra.
That bug needs to go somewhere else. We have to have a bug. I need a bug behind on this one. I want his behind. I don't want his front. I want his behind. Because we can't have all of the bugs with their heads into the hole. We have to have a few of them where they're going away from the hole because, they have to choose some more on that section of the book. There we go. That's good. Oh,
Hi,
Teresa.
Teresa. I missed you coming in too. Sorry about that.
Well, Teresa was in the car. I know she said she
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the car, so.
Okay, so we didn't miss her. She's just now where she can talk to people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this bug, I really like this bug. So.
Okay, I'm going to make an observation based on this book.
Uh-huh.
If you want to do this, I would choose a book that maybe has smaller images because I'm having to go so deep. I've got lots of ledges. And I guess it's okay from the front. It doesn't look straight on. It looks okay. But trying to find things I want, if the images were smaller, I could have a whole bunch more levels of
Yeah.
depth.
Yeah.
So there's my hint for the day.
Okay. I was going to say something. Oh, I saw a book yesterday. That's been last night. Excuse me. I apologize greatly. It must have been last night that I saw it, but it was. There wasn't a lot of images in it. The way they had carved it, each layer went down, but it was colors. Okay. So while this is a hole and I dug down through it, they had carved this design and then the next layer down was a different color. So it
Uh-huh.
must have been an entire book of large images. And then they had tucked a few little images like these arms that were hanging down in the hole, into the hole, and just a couple of images, but each it was kind of like it was kind of like terraced, like when they terrace in at mountains and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And it was really cool.
It sounds like it. I got a book. I don't know if I brought it out here or not. That I think might look pretty done like that. I've got to read it, a lot of it first before I do anything with it. But it's a it's a book about math, but it's got amazing images. Um, and they're, I guess, the examples of how you would use different concepts in math. I don't I don't think it's out here, but the more I think about it, I want to go get it and show you what I'm talking about. But I think it would
Okay.
be pretty done like that. Be
All
right back.
right. All right. Sounds like a plan. See, that one is a bug behind and then a bug head right beside it. So, yeah, it does look really good too. Janet, I do understand what she's saying, but that because the images are large, she has to go several pages, several thickness. It drops a lot before she gets to the next thing that she really likes, the next image that she really likes, or and I'm just figuring out where I want to tuck these bugs in, and then I'm putting a little glue in there. I, I, this glue should hold it without too much trouble. Let's look and see what it looks like. No, Barbara, they're drying. I'm gonna. Besides the fact that I can't scan to the computer with the compute. Well, I could. The computer would probably scan from over here, but what I'm going to have to do is scan into the computer, and that means I have to do something on my computer, and it's also something I don't do very often, so it's one of those I'm going to have to make sure I do it right. Okay, let me get you really close so you can see it as best as you can. That's what it's looking like. I can't see chat. Yeah, not on the stream. I'm going to have to do it when I can pay attention. So, but see, they're starting to look like they're filling up in there. I'm going to have a couple pages more bugs though, because I definitely putting 3 on a page, it definitely is going to use them up pretty fast. We're down to there. Yay!
Well, I couldn't find it in the house, so
So it's out there.
I'm gonna look here for a minute because it might be out here.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I may have to make another couple of pages. I don't know, because I don't know how many bugs I've got. Now, I did only put one bug on the front cover, and I think it's going to need a couple more. And I haven't done anything with the spine yet. I don't know exactly what I'm going to cover the spine with, but I'm going to do something. Thank you, Julie. Very rustic. So, all right. Let's see here. I do have one bug down here where I put it. on there, and I really think I'd like this bug. I want this whole bug to show, so I think I'm going to put him right there.
Well, I don't know where it is. I may have given it to my son to look at. I remember thinking he would enjoy it. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, if I find it, I'll bring it and show you another day.
We'll be here Thursday.
Yeah, and next Tuesday, or y'all gonna be gone next week. When is it y'all are gonna be gone?
If everything goes right, Wednesday next week. So I won't be here
Wednesday.
on Thursday, and I won't be here the following Tuesday. The problem we have right now is, I don't know if I told you, but we're going to have a tree guy.
Yeah.
And a tree guy's coming on Tuesday to give us an estimate whether or not he's going to want to work immediately and going to mess up our trip. I don't know. That
Well, I
could
hope he
happen.
won't mess up your trip.
I do too, but that could happen. However, they're so busy right now, I would think that he could wait a week.
Yeah.
Besides, we may have gotten him another job that's right next door, so um, that will be hopefully, it will hopefully be helpful to him. That we kind of suggested to the lady behind us that has a 100-foot oak tree down in their yard. The root ball being about 12 feet across.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's a monster, and it took up a big old hole in our back corner. Yeah. So, um, but yeah, Julie, Jeff got the little trees down, but in the process of the last couple of weeks, we've noticed that there's a tree right outside my studio right there. It's a big camphor tree, and the next door neighbor offered to climb it and get it down for us. And I'm like, oh no, you won't. I said, because that insurance accident is not going to happen on my watch. That tree is the the arborist called it self pruning, and the tree's probably 300 years old, but they break really easy. And the limb that's broke off is probably 10 inches around and about 30 foot long, and it's hung up in the tree like there's double things caught, but it's hanging right
Yeah.
over our electrical wire.
Oh goodness.
And Sunday, Jeff and I tried to think of to see about getting it down, and that's not gonna happen. It's going to take a tree guy to get it down, and so um, then in the process of talking to him the other day, Sunday, there are several huge dead limbs in the back in places and there's a tree that's half alive and half dead, and they're they're in bad places for him to try to drop, and they're too big really for him to try to drop. What he's been dealing with have been the smaller trees, and he's taken care of 7, I think, trees that we had to that we lost.
Wow.
So it just got so wet. Uh, it was so wet that they just fell over, and you can't make them stand back up. They just they won't do that.
Yeah.
So okay, this little green guy. He's gonna be leaving though, I think. Sometimes it helps to look at it too. Yes, Becky. That's who we call somebody. They actually they've got. First off, they can climb if they have to, but hi Mary. Oh, she's lurking and listening. Um, they have a couple of big things besides the cherry picker. They actually have a truck that has a thing on it that can clamp around a giant tree and pick a giant tree straight up over the top of a building. Now, we didn't have to have them take a tree out that way, but there was a limb up there that was right over my husband's workshop, and it was as big as a tree. Plus, they took out a full cherry tree. They did this, the year after we moved in. We had all that done because those trees were what my brother-in-law called widow makers. Um, they'd been dead a long time. And luckily, we had trimmed the tree that fell, the big oak tree that fell in the neighbor's yard. It belongs to the neighbors, and we had trimmed it on our side. So when okay, Becky, be safe.
Bye bye, Becky.
When it fell the other direction because of the water and the weight. And so while a lot of the trees were pushed into our yard, that tree, the huge one, went the other way. Otherwise, it had taken Jeff's shop and our camper. So we got, and
I'm
luckily,
glad y'all had done the work ahead of time to make sure
yeah,
that didn't happen.
well, and that's one reason why we did it. Right, it was within a year after we moved in, we took care of that one. Um, and these things that we're going to have to do is because those trees are just not were not real healthy in the first place. So okay,
Yeah.
so shall we use a giant bug? Oh yeah,
Sure.
and see his head is sticking way out there.
Yeah.
I can make him. Oh, I can make him stick out even further.
He looks like he's looking over the abyss of that hole trying to decide.
Mm-hmm. Yep, trying to decide what to do. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the company we called, and we probably won't try to get estimates from more than one because the price was pretty reasonable the last time, and they did a good job. So we'll probably just go with whatever he tells us it's going to be. It's just that right now they're so busy that even to get an estimate was a week out. So, okay, I got to hold it down, I guess. So, oh, yeah. Okay. That was one of the big bugs. Now, I had some more big bugs too that, thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, Barbara's off and lurking and prepping pears. So that sounds good. All right, so that giant bug is there.
I think I like this little ship peeking out right here.
Oh, I
And
love that ship.
I'm just going to go ahead and go like that.
Okay. I
What I'm
like
trying to decide is, do I also want to take out here and keep going down up there?
It'll give you more of a step down into your later ones.
Yeah.
Let me make you big for a minute. Let's look at it.
I think I want to keep this boat, but what I'm trying to
Yeah,
decide is, do I take it out here and here? I think
that's
so. But
I think so too, because I think you're going to find something else that you want to have that's down in there.
yeah. All righty. Thank you much.
So I just agreed with you. That's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as you're happy with my agreements. because All right, let's see what this guy does up here. No,
Did you
let's
need something, Hannah?
I just brought back one of the lace boxes.
Okay. Did you find something you wanted in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the other one inside until we can go.
Okay. Hannah's looking for lace to use on some clothing she's making for herself. And she had some lace, but she thought it was cotton and it turned out not to be cotton. And she really wanted cotton, so she was looking through my lace to see if there was something in there that was cotton that she could substitute for what she had.
something that made her happier.
Yeah. And since she's going to wear it, it's more important that what she works with be cotton than me putting it in books. She
Oh
said
yeah.
that, I probably wouldn't care as much about it being cotton as she would. I said, no, that's not true. But what you're doing with it, it's more important that it be cotton than what I'm doing with it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that I
Mhm.
don't like it as much as you, it's just that it's not as necessary.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She's been looking for a book. It was supposed to have been here Friday, and we think it just came. So
She wanted to know if she could open the box, huh?
yeah, because she wasn't. Her daddy's been ordering some books too, so she was not 100% sure it's the one that she ordered, but she's hoping so. I hope so, because I don't want to have to deal with the eBay guy, the owner
Uh-huh.
of that shop, if it's not.
Yeah.
Because they're tracking information. I mean, there's a tracking number, but it's not tracking anything. It's,
Kind of like my package.
well, kind of, except your package at least had some information. This one, you go to it and it says, we don't have any information.
Oh, okay.
So, okay.
Mm-hmm. It takes longer than you think to glue these bugs in.
Yeah. You think it's going to be a quick little thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she is, Janet. She's also a very talented artist. I think these are clothing that she made the patterns for too, aren't isn't it?
Yeah, she's making her own patterns because she's taking things she likes from different eras in history and making her something to wear that she will like. So
Mm-hmm.
we just I just ordered some linen fabric for her as part of her Christmas present. Um,
Ooh.
100%. It's been bleached, so it's very white, which is what she wanted. So she can dye it if she wants to, or she can. But she's wanting to make her um, a shift
Mm-hmm.
and some stays and some different things like that she's wanting to do. So she's I decided I'm going to go on down and see what I can find here. It's just a little place I have to cut, so it's easier than
Uh-huh.
working on the big spot.
Janet asked a question. It says she's impressed, but what era does she like?
She likes a little bit from a lot of different eras, and so she kind of is you mixing them up. There is
Okay.
what era of clothing you like that you want to. Um, this is her book.
Isn't it pretty? I didn't know that I would get the one with that dust jacket.
Well, yay for you!
The seer and the sword. Mm.
Huh?
Feel the cover underneath.
Feel the cover. Oh, it does feel nice.
It's a nice book, and it isn't covered in library stuff, and
Yay!
its spine is intact.
So I get the one covered in library stuff?
Unless we end up sending it to Grace for her thing. I don't know.
Her thing. Oh,
This is what the books are recommended, and now
Yeah.
since I have an extra copy.
well, I will
You can
talk to her
call-
mom and see. I'll see her tomorrow. I'll find out if she found it. So she likes some things about the Edwardian area, some things about the Victorian area. She likes some of the Renaissance stuff. She likes a lot of that, and but she doesn't. She's not a purist. She just takes inspiration from them all. So she said that she's not a reenactor. She's a fantasy novelist. There's a difference.
There is a big difference. One of a lot of bead makers that I know do Renaissance
Uh-huh.
because it's an old craft, and there was one of those. I mean, several people thought Jeff and I ought to do that. We just ought to do that, and I'm like, that is the last thing on earth I want to do.
Yeah.
Can you imagine July dressed in all those clothes, trying
No.
to do a Ren fair? I'm like, it's bad enough dressed in my shorts and t-shirts out there in July doing those things. I mean, that's when we were doing outdoor shows and all that kind of thing. And
Yeah. She's
And
creating
yet-
her own style. That's right, Janet.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go get myself some more tea.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I cannot seem to cut that from that direction. I always have to go this direction. Not sure why. I just know that it's true. Well, I hope I didn't make a mistake by taking this corner out. But I've had to go down a lot further than this before to find something I wanted, so. Bye-bye, Joyce. Thanks for popping in on your lunch hour. We enjoyed having you here.
Okay, I cheated. The tea fairy actually got up and made my tea, and I went to the little girl's room.
Well, I'm glad you got all your business done. You can relax now and enjoy yourself.
Yep. guess I had drank too much tea.
Well,
So,
that's easy
there,
to do sometimes.
there is, yeah, there is that possibility once in a while. Okay. I am really glad I decided not to glue the whole book together. Okay, what did I do there, though? Okay. You just got caught on the page. Okay. And to have the pages turned because you can see some of the bugs better
Yeah.
because of that. Okay. All right. We're down to there. I think that one's going to go that way. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, bye, Elizabeth.
Bye, Elizabeth. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I think Joyce is gone too. Bye, Joyce.
Yeah, I
It
saw
says-
Joyce left while you were gone, and
Okay. Hi,
I did
Janet.
say goodbye to her. But
Hello, hello, dear.
hi, Janet. We're glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. These bugs are in line. They're traveling together, I think. I think they're going to travel together. For
All
some
right.
unknown reason, they said that they have to go together on this page. They have to be in the same. It's kind of like ants, you know.
Yeah.
Even though
Well,
they're
I'm
not.
glad that you listened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't want them to revolt.
No, we can't have revolting bugs because then I would really have a problem.
Yeah, they might move to some other book.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Or worse yet, you know, my pillow.
Yeah, that would be worse.
Nope, I got too much glue in there. Don't do that, Tanya. You don't need that much glue. One little drop will hold it in place. But I am going to have to get more bugs because I don't have enough bugs. So that's okay.
You have more bugs.
I have more bugs. I have a whole book. Now then, do I want to put this in the book or do I want to put this on the front? I may save that one for the front because just because.
Because you want to.
Mm-hmm. You're Janet USA when you're in chat together? Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes total sense. Mm-hmm. All right. What are we going to do here? This bug. Oh, this bug is going to be going like that. He's going out of the book. Yep. His little limb. This is the first one I'm going to do that with. His little thingies are going to fly out the book. Okay, so that means his whole body needs to be stuck down really good because he's going to catch. And I think his antenna need to be stuck down. Yeah. All right. I may have have to make some more bugs that go out. I forgot about bugs I wanted to go out and on the edges, and I haven't been putting on any on the edge. Didn't think about that. That wasn't a bright thing to do. I should have thought about that.
Sometimes things come to you as you go. It's okay. Yeah. You're still got lots of book left.
Well, and I could go back and put a bug that's behind me is hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to stick out very far. Oh, I better put my pin back in though. However, Tanya just got glue everywhere again. Okay. Oh yeah, I need a few more bugs to stick out. I'll get some more big ones because I want them to kind of hang out. So maybe this bug will go on the front. Oh, I like that bug on the front. I'll just put that bug on the front.
Well,
what?
I was determined I was going to find something in this corner before I quit working on this book.
And you can't find anything?
Well, I found little bits of something that would have been cool if it was bigger. But I haven't found the thing that belongs here.
Uh-huh. And it's really undercut back there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's good.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's what I need. Gaelic football jersey.
Okay, so let's see here.
If I was a big fan, that would be a good thing, but it's really not.
Not really what you want. Yeah, I understand. Well, you got a lot more book back there, so you know.
I do, and I'm bound to find something here pretty soon. So.
You are. Okay. Oops, that one was stuck. Okay. All right. So that's where we stand. I've just got to make more bugs, I guess. But I'm going to have to make a bunch more bugs anyways, so that's okay. Let's try and put this back here. Oh, let's get out. Oh, those are bugs. Let's stand this up so they can dry. I really ought to take that with me tonight and show it to Emily.
Yeah. I don't want to. Okay.
What's the matter?
Well, we're now into squash courts.
Oh.
We're still in sports.
Some kind of sports is what it is then. Probably.
Yeah, this whole section is sports.
Uh-huh.
I probably should have left that rugby shirt. I mean that Gaelic football shirt on there because it fit nicely.
Yeah, it possibly was one of those things that because it fit, it was one of those things you might have shoulda. Kind of should have.
But I didn't. So.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's a broom handle from the looks of things.
It's a hockey stick.
A hockey stick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Do you have the pieces from the rest of the pages,
Um,
or have you been throwing them in the trash can and they're nasty?
I've been throwing them away, but I've got this, stuff from down here. I might could add something in.
I was gonna say maybe you could add something in up there that made you happy, and before you get so far down
That I run into nothing. Of
well,
course, when I get that far down, I can add something in.
that it's but it's let so that it's not a cliff is what I was thinking about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it right here, and I'm going to try to find something from here that I can add in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's got to be something I'll be happier with than that football jersey.
Yeah.
It's still here. I could just put it back.
You could put it back if you can't find something else. You
If
might
I
want
had
to
to.
you might want to hold on to it in case you have to.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Okay, we're going to just let that sit. But let's clean that up a little bit. Okay.
Mary's going off. Bye-bye, hon.
Bye, Mary. Thanks for coming.
She's leaving the video playing. She's got to go do something. Mike must have decided that we were taking too long to get here.
Yeah.
Of course, he's probably working.
I imagine. He said sometimes he listens while he works.
Yeah, he actually told me he listens in the tractor. He can watch in the tractor actually,
Yeah.
because it drives its little self around.
Oh, I really like that. But that just is, I'm mostly done if I leave that.
Yeah, I really like it too.
Maybe I need to take part of this and put right there.
That would work. That would work very nicely. Um,
I was thinking about leaving this part of this boat.
yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Okay. We will do that and we will see. Don't come out.
Don't come out. We talk to our books. Did y'all notice that? We do. We talk to our books. All right. I need my ruler so I can tear stuff.
Oh no, come back.
Uh-oh. You're going to have to glue that one in.
Yeah. That's okay. I've been gluing stuff in as we go, so
You know, that block and tackle might be cool up there in the corner too.
Yeah.
It might not fit as well as the other piece though. I was thinking the little one.
Like this
No,
one?
yeah, that one. The brown one in the middle with the ropes.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna fit as well as your other piece. Your other piece I think you can make fit nicer.
Yeah, I think so. But I do like it. Okay. Now then.
Use your jersey.
Well, it's not quite big enough
It's not
because I've
quite
gone out some more since then,
okay. Well, just
but it'll be an approximation.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do this. Find a pair of scissors and just cut around it, leaving some extra. My headphones are not cooperating today. They keep trying to
Turn off.
disappear. Well, they keep trying to slide off
Oh,
um off my neck.
my ear doesn't want to wear it today. I've kept having to change ears for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I do that often.
Well, I do too, but not as often as today. Today seems to be worse than normal.
Yeah. It's earbud revolt.
Yeah. That's what it is. Earbud revolt. I like that. Yep. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Oh. I was looking today, Jeffrey's headphones that he wears all the time on the computer are just kind of falling apart. They're dry rotted.
Uh-huh.
They're old enough to be that. Well, it's Amazon Prime Day, right?
Yep. I noticed that. I have a $10 coupon to use today, but I haven't looked to see if there's anything I need yet. That's
Okay,
actually on.
how do you get a coupon?
I don't know. They just sent me an email saying I had a coupon to use on Amazon Prime Day for $10 off.
And they didn't send me one. I'm so grumpy. I'm going to be grumpy.
Well, you should be grumpy.
Yeah.
Everybody who has Amazon Prime should have gotten one.
Yes, because if they did, then how long ago did they send it? Did I screw up and dump it in the trash?
It was 2 or 3 days ago.
Mm.
I think that looks good.
I will go. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
Now to glue it in.
Oh, that sounds like fun, Janet USA. Because if I have a $10 coupon, then that purchase that's in my cart might just get.
Yeah. Well, it had to be. You had to use it on something that's on sale for Amazon Prime Day.
Oh, okay. Well, then
And
that
so
won't work.
I think there's I don't know what all is. That's why I haven't bothered to look at,
Mhm.
to try to figure something out yet, because I've got a ton of things I'd like to use it on, but I don't know how many of them are eligible or if any of them are eligible.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that is why I put those Inktense blocks in my cart last night, because I thought if they are eligible, I'm going to order them.
Yeah.
If they aren't, then oh well. I don't need them right now. Haven't needed them. Still don't need them. Don't need anything. Just want them. Just want them. My precious. My
You're precious. I was just thinking that.
And I was very, very bad when I did go to the new thrift store on the way home after the bank. After I spent 2 hours in the bank, I couldn't.
You
handle
deserved it.
I deserved it. And they had books for 50 cents.
So did you get some books?
Yes, I got some books.
Are you going to show us, or are you going to do a video?
Well, I think I'd like to leave them in the box.
For a few days?
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
touch it for a few days. So I might show you Thursday. Honestly, I didn't get much of anything for art. I got reference books. They had they were 50 cents a piece for one thing, and they had some books that I probably wouldn't have ordered, but let's see, home remedies, old timey home remedies. There was a book that I've seen many, many times advertised about baking soda and vinegar.
Right.
And all
I think I have that book.
all the uses of baking soda and vinegar. You know, a bunch of reference books like that, which I was, really surprised. And they may not be the best of the books, but best of that kind of book. But for 50 cents, one piece of information out of them is fabulous, So that didn't hurt my feelings any. And then I got a kind of a pretty bird book that I really got for Jeffrey, although if he doesn't want it, I will, tear it up. But
he's got first dibs, huh?
Oh yes, he's got first dibs because he references those books. There again, it's another reference type book.
Ooh, look right there.
Ooh, what is it? What is it?
It's an itty bitty little boat right there.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Wonderful.
Especially since I can't keep the big one.
Oh, is that the one with the lovely wallpaper cover?
Oh, she's talking about her glue book. She's been putting pretty wallpaper on her books, her altered books.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Altered glue book project. Yeah. So, but yeah, I really think they need to disinfect for a few days.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So, so maybe Thursday, because that's probably long enough. But I was real surprised. I don't normally find books like that, and this is a thrift store that moved from down closer to my mom to up here. The prices, I don't know. They must have decided that they could afford to actually. I didn't used to like to go into this one because their prices were way too high. They wanted $3 and $5 for books, and I was like, that's too much just for a book.
Yeah.
just
Maybe
is.
they got cheaper rent now.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing that they do because, we're not near town. And so I'm guessing that's part of it. Plus it was so much neater. Whoever's managing it now,
Yeah.
um, they're doing a pretty decent job.
Oh, that's good.
So, I'm going to have all of these little scraps of this paper that's going to have to be done something with.
Of course.
But you know what? I didn't plan on having to glue bugs, so I'm going to have to go fetch a piece of um, cardstock. So
Alrighty.
I will be going in just a minute. You won't get terribly lonely. The girls are all there to talk about things.
Okay. I guess I'll let you go then.
All right. Well, like you could stop me.
Well, there's that too.
Let's see you try. Let's see you try.
I wish we were close enough I could stop you.
There, me too.
Now I've got to find something over here because I have a huge cliff over here. Uh-oh. Come on, tuck back down. There we go.
First thing I heard huge cliff, and then I heard uh-oh. So, is it all right?
Yeah, I was just saying that I need to find something over in front of this dinosaur on top of the dinosaur because I've got a huge cliff there.
Okay.
And then my little schooner tried to come up. So I had to put him back down, had to get tough.
And I very, very much wish that you were close enough to stop me.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. Maybe in the spring. Jeff made reservations at Moab.
And when is that?
End of March sometime.
Alrighty.
I don't know that we're actually gonna. Then after he made the reservations, then we had a discussion about it. Because of the week it is, it's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And so, there's.
Well, that always has to be a consideration.
Yeah, at the same time, we haven't been anywhere this year.
Yeah.
So, and once in a while you have to do something that's a little more expensive than your normal campy, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
At the same time, he says, surely they will camp somewhere else where we could meet up and it wouldn't cost that much.
Yeah. Well, you'd think.
So, anyways, he's,
Well, I have decided this is definitely not going to be the last book I do like this, but I'm going to pick something with smaller images next time.
Next time.
And I'm going to try to go straight down from the top next time, too.
Oh, that was not good.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, I marked up my bug, but it's all right. I just apparently there's gook on my card that I didn't know about. On that edge, it it drug across and it got yuck on my bug, but that's okay. Bugs are yucky.
Is Colleen here? I just um Janet was talking to Colleen, but I hadn't seen her come in.
Yeah, I hadn't seen her either. Hello, hello.
But you're right, Janet. It is addictive because you want to see what's next. What's next?
What's next? What's next? Yay!
It's like one of my dreams was to be an archaeologist,
Oh, okay.
and this gives me a little bit of that kind of thrill of unearthing something precious,
Something.
special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, doggone it. I'm going to sneeze again. Excuse me.
Go right ahead, sneeze away. Maybe if you do, I won't. I sneezed so much this morning. I thought about telling you that it might not be worth it for me to come on. But I'm
Really?
good. I've done pretty good since we got on here. So, it was
Janet
bad. I was
said,
sneezing up a storm.
Janet Nash said, sorry, meant Lisa, it's getting late here.
That's all right, Janet.
She was talking to you, dear. That's the thing. She was talking to you.
Okay. Well, that's perfectly all right. Uh, okay. I've really got to find something right there.
Right there?
Right there. This somewhere here.
Mm. Well, I don't know what it will be,
I don't
but
either.
I'm sure there's something.
I might should start looking about saving stuff to see if I can add in.
Yeah, that might be a wise decision because you may find that you need to do that a few times.
When I get down to sports, I know I'm not going to want sports.
Mm-hmm. Thank
But
you,
I'm hoping,
Janet.
hoping to find something between now and then.
I think it was amazing to have found her. And I don't know if you know this, Janet, but did you know that she and my sister have the same name? What is your middle name, by the way?
Fern.
Fern. Well, that you don't have the same of.
What is her middle name?
Marie.
Marie.
Marie. Lisa Marie. Hmm.
I have a cousin whose name is Lisa Marie.
Okay.
Her mother, it was funny because she was born a couple of years after me. And my mom and her dad are brother and sister. I was like, seriously, why did y'all name her the same name as me?
Uh-huh.
So they
Yeah.
called her Lisa Marie for a long time, instead of just Lisa, because of that. But and then she named her third daughter Hannah. I was like, oh,
Hannah.
that was my name. I'm using it anyway.
I'm using it anyway. There you go.
And
Mhm.
a name I had in my head for years that I dismissed because she had used it was Bethany. And I thought, well, she's got a Bethany. I'm going to give up on Bethany. And that's when I decided on Hannah. And then she had a Hannah a few years later. I was like, well, forget that. I'm just going to use Hannah.
There you go. But yes, my sister's name is Lisa Conway. So it's just amazing to me the things the the people we meet and the things we find out on the internet and out here in this funny box that we're all in.
Yeah. Well, I know it can be a time suck and it can be detrimental, and there are issues, but it is sure a blessing in my life to have all of you.
Yes, ma'am. It is. Um, okay, so what do I want to do here? I want to go make the. Maybe we'll make a big one here like this. We can't. I don't have a skinny bug to go in there. Okay. Well, that skinny bug might go in there. That skinny bug fit in there. That skinny bug would fit in there. And that bug would fit. That's what we'll do. Those two bugs right there. This is kind of like a little puzzle. When you want it, when you're, if I was just gluing it down, the first one I didn't worry about them at all. But
Yeah.
now because I want to scan them after the fact, I have to worry about whether or not they look good when they're put on a piece of paper.
That's all right.
Julie's back.
Hey, Julie, welcome back.
Yes, definitely a blessing. Okay. Another thing about it is when you put them together, the edges of the book and the color of the book is on there, which is really neat.
Yeah.
I like that part too. Excuse me. I am so sorry, guys. I apologize greatly. I guess I got out of bed way too early this morning.
Well, I didn't. I actually slept.
Ooh.
I mean, I slept. I
That's a
woke
good
up
one.
at 7 and thought, I think I could go back to sleep. And I rarely feel that way when I wake up. I sometimes wish I could go back to sleep, but I rarely think I could.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did. I turned off the alarm and went back to sleep. And I woke up at 10. It was marvelous.
That's
Embarrassing, but marvelous.
no, no. It shouldn't be embarrassing. It should just be marvelous. Well, I didn't get up till 6:30 or so. But one day last week, I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock. So that just I was blown away that it was that late when I finally got up. I was like,
That's
oh
when you know you need to sleep.
yeah. I mean, the only problem was I had a very long day of chores planned for that day, and they did not get done.
Yeah. You know what I've learned?
What? They'll be there tomorrow.
Yep. They don't go away just because you didn't get them done. So,
No, they'll be there tomorrow. That's
and if
I
tomorrow
agree.
doesn't come, then you don't have to do them.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
it's, it
that
won't
works
be bad
too.
if that doesn't happen.
That works too. Yeah.
Okay. I really need to find something under here. I may put one of these planes down there if I can't find something soon. This one right here might get put in there. It's the first thing I found that was completely whole.
Well, the good thing about that is you can always pick what you want to put down there.
That's true.
All right, let's see here.
I'm going to try to go down one more, and if I don't like it, then I'm going to put that plain in there.
Okay.
So now
That is
that I've
the
said it out
plan.
loud, I have to do it.
Yeah. You will have to do it now that you've said it out loud.
It's kind of like telling somebody you're going on a diet. You might could
Oh.
get by without doing it if you don't say it out loud, but once you say it out loud, you're held accountable.
Uh-huh. Oh, that was another book I got. I have a book that's called, what is it called? Anyways, it's a crockpot cookbook. You know, Fix It and Forget It.
Uh-huh.
And this was another Fix It and Forget It crockpot book that it's a different one. I think it's Fix It and Forget It Light or something like that. And it, for 50 cents. Besides, if I don't, like any of the recipes in it, I'll just cut it up to use it for our cookbook book when we go do that. There you go. See?
I've bought several books lately that I bought specifically to do that with.
Well, I have some cookbooks that I had gotten at the library book sale, so I have several to choose things from that are older rather than this one's kind of a newer one. It's not near as fun looking. I think I have one of those old style Betty Crocker books with that's like a notebook that's the rings, like a ring bound notebook.
Yeah.
And it's pretty old and grungy, so it ought to be really good for something like that. It ought to look good in.
Yeah. I gave my grungy one away. I have one, but it's not let me show you. It's not old and grungy. I'll have to grunge it up.
Well, this one's not terribly grungy. It's just old.
Yeah. This is the new one, though, it says.
Oh, yeah, that's a new one. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
It's from the 60s, I think.
Yeah. I think I have one about that same age.
Anyway.
But I thought, that one would be a good one to get stuff out of because it has the tabs in it. It has
So are you thinking about using this for the book?
No, I haven't decided on that part yet.
Yeah,
At all. I just had gotten several things. Like I've got an Italian cookbook, I think, and just some different cookbooks that I won't cook out of.
Yeah.
An idea to scan the bugs while they are black and white too. I probably won't, Janet, because for one, I don't like to do a lot of scanned images because there's copyright issues. When I do this to it, it does give me a little bit more leeway.
Because it makes it your own work.
Because it makes it more my own work.
Yeah.
So, it makes me feel a little bit better about scanning it. I just won't scan the plain black and white ones. This bug is really disgusting looking, honestly. That looks more like something gross than a beetle. Of course, as Mike said, most women don't like bugs.
That is true.
What I really don't like is bugs that eat my garden. They ate my pumpkins. I'm so sad. I'm so mad at those bugs.
I don't blame you.
But I know what to do next time. I'm going to wrap my pumpkins in aluminum foil.
The babies?
Right? The first 6 or 8 inches of the stem when they come out of the ground. Some people use like solo cups to wrap around them. several people I saw wrapped them in aluminum foil.
Okay.
Apparently, this bug that ate my pumpkins, which is what did they call it? A vine? No, that's not right. Is it a vine borer? Anyways,
So it doesn't eat the pumpkins, it eats the vine.
it eats the vine. Yeah, it eats the vine. What happened? I thought it was a bug, like that came up out of the ground, and it is not. It is actually a moth that lays their eggs at the very base of the plant. And then that bug climbs up the vine to the end and chews its way back and just eats the whole inside of the vine. So by wrapping the base of the squash, and this is good for lots of squash, um, vining squash basically. If you wrap the base of it, you get you the what do you call that thing? The moth can't lay its eggs. Okay,
Okay.
now this coffee had nothing but coffee in it, right?
Right.
All right, it's got nasty, disgusting mold growing in it. Hmm.
How long has it been sitting there?
Well, since I started painting this book, so
Oh, well, that's a while. I can
couple
imagine
weeks.
it having mold by then.
Yeah, a couple weeks, but I wouldn't have thought that the coffee would have molded though. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I've had it mold before because I left it sitting out in the studio
uh,
thinking I would use it a few.
in a few days. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was about a week when I noticed it was moldy. I was like, "Oh, okay, we can't do
Well,
that. Let's
I
put it in
I
the
used
refrigerator."
it for almost 2 weeks and didn't notice anything on it, but then this last time it has molded. So I looked over there and there's white stuff on the top of it. So I was like, okay, I think that will get thrown away, jar and all. I
Yeah.
don't need that. I don't need that jar bad enough to try to scrub it. That's for
That's what
sure.
I did with mine. That's exactly what I did. I was like, "Okay, it's an old pickle jar. It's going in the trash."
No, that one is from garlic.
Ah.
So, but that's okay. It's just going to add a bit of alcohol to the coffee mix and it will last longer. Thank you, Joy, and welcome, Joy.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
guessing
glad you're here.
she was watching. We're glad you're here. But that would have been a good idea because it would have lasted a lot longer. Now, I will tell you that I have kept coffee in the refrigerator for a month or better than a month and not had it mold.
Yeah, me too. If I put it in the refrigerator, it does okay.
But I was painting my book, and so I had been leaving it sit here. And obviously, it doesn't like to do that. So, hmm, I might need some smaller bugs here.
Well, I'm now down to the center of my pages.
Okay.
This portion right here. That's how much I've got left to work with in here.
You're going to have to find something fun in there. How much more do you have? You always lurk. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you lurked. Coffee will mold if you use distilled water and some rubbing alcohol. It won't mold. Well, see, and I just use the leftover coffee when Jeff doesn't drink it all. Have you haven't cut anything out that you want to add back in yet, though, have you?
Well, I did add this back in. I'm sorry, I did this plain right here.
Uh-huh. I
I
like
added
it.
that back in.
Well, and I wasn't watching, so.
Yeah.
I knew you were here, Joy. And if you use distilled water and rubbing alcohol to make your coffee, especially when do that. But um, I usually just use the little dregs that Jeff leaves from one day to the next, and he'll make coffee, and there'll be just 3 or 4 tablespoons left in the bottom of the thing, and I put it in a jar in the fridge and keep it until I have enough to do something with, or until I have a day that does not have wind, which is what I've been waiting for. And unfortunately, I haven't had one of those days.
So say if I waited for those days, I would never dye paper. It wouldn't happen because I have one. Oh, I don't know, a few times a year.
That's fine. Use the leftovers and just add alcohol to it, and that's probably what I should have done. So, but it's okay. I'll just throw it away, jar and all. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just glad I noticed it before I put my brush in it.
Yeah.
That's all I really care about, is that I didn't put my brush in it.
How are you doing, Crafty Kitty Joy? We have 2 Joys now in here. We have to be more specific when we talk.
Oh dear.
Oops, not there.
Yes. Joy was doing her laundry and the dishes, so that's why she wasn't chatting.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't
I wonder if the top of this is dry enough that I can paint those bugs now. I also have glue sticks in my cart, which I'm going to have to order. I put some of those Scotch glue sticks in, but I could only find a listing for 4 of them.
That's how I've been buying them. 4 for $12.
For $12?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been buying. I've just got some more, so I bought them twice.
Okay.
But both times that's what I bought. I
Um,
want to say I saw a listing for more than that, but it was a bunch more.
Okay.
It
Well,
was
4
too many,
4's enough. It's okay. We get mixed up all the time, don't we, Kitty Joy? Well, and we have Janet Nash and Janet USA, and we have Kitty Joy and Joy Mitchell. So I'm sure we got a bunch more than that.
We're used to having a bunch of Lindas and a couple of Susans.
Okay, Janet is going to go to bed, and I don't blame her. She's probably tired.
Yes. Thank you for coming,
Mm-hmm.
Janet. We enjoyed having you here.
Oh my goodness, Joy, how can you handle that with her AC went out in March or April. Our AC is running hard today. I mean, there's no way I'd have made it through the summer if we hadn't had. I wouldn't have made it. I'm just too wimpy. I'm a terrible, terrible wimp.
Our high today is supposed to be 84. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 94. The next day it's supposed to be 64.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Like, seriously? That is Amarillo weather. It's not even a shock. It's just the way it is.
That could be Michigan too. Back in the day. Joy, when we were in Michigan when I was young, that was a very long time ago, just so you know. We didn't have air conditioning either. My parents would have gotten a whole lot better price for their house had it had central air when we moved out of it. But my dad didn't think we needed it, and so we just never had it.
We had a swamp cooler in the kitchen, and and the rest of the house you just open the windows.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, and it wasn't until after I had moved out and been gone a while before they put in central air conditioning. In fact, I think no, they did it before my grandmother. I was going to say my grandparents put central air conditioning in this house at the same time my mom put air conditioning in hers, but I don't think that's true. I think mom and dad did it first. But because I still remember I was already living in the apartment behind mom's house when grandma put central heat and air in hers, and it was before I got married that before I married Darren that mom and dad put it in. So
Mm-hmm. Well, but they still use swamp coolers quite a bit, don't they?
some,
Where you, I
not
mean,
as
where you are.
much. This year has been so dry, a swamp cooler would be great. But in the past, our humidity levels really have gotten higher.
Mm,
And so they're not quite as effective as they were when I was a kid. When I
yeah,
was a kid, it could be 115 here and it would feel like 85 somewhere else because it was so dry. It was like living in Arizona, I guess. It was
yeah,
really, but our our humidity levels have gone up. I mean, seriously, you know, a 10% humidity was really good for us back then, and so it's higher than that now even with the drought. Um it's just not high enough to rain. But so most people have refrigerated air now,
yeah.
but those swamp coolers worked great if you have high, low humidity because they add moisture into the air.
Joy, where are you, by the way?
Today's her hubby's birthday.
Yay.
Happy birthday, Joy's hubby.
Um, because we had 93 degrees. Was that yesterday? I don't think it was yesterday. It was hot yesterday. You're at home? Yes, okay. In Texas. All right. She's at home. I'm at home too. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Well, I understand that kind of humor. I live with it every single day. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Michigan can go from hot like that to cold, but it usually doesn't get hundreds, and it's not hundreds like that very often. So growing up, you know, if we had really hot day like that where it didn't cool down, we would just sleep downstairs, instead of sleeping upstairs with the where the
Where all the heat
where
went.
was where all the heat went. We would just sleep downstairs kind of thing. And if pushed come to shove, we could always sleep in the basement, and then it would be cool. So
I really thought I was going to work on that other book some, but I think it'll have to wait till Thursday.
Julie wants toast. Okay.
Well, toast is pretty easy to make, so.
Well, she's out of bread.
Oh, well, that makes it harder.
Yeah. And I'm one of those weird people that does not like toast. I don't like my sandwiches toasted. It's like, okay, can you make me go in a restaurant and ask for a sandwich that's toasted on the menu, and you're like, can you just bring it to me on the bread? Yeah, literal humor. That's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I want this bug to be
I
that
think
large?
everyone, well, my 3 other people who live in the house with me all have that kind of humor too.
Well, Jeff is not as funny as Brandon, but Brandon has that kind of humor, and man, he does it so fast, it's unreal. And he can do stuff with the straightest face. You would, even from when he's tiny, he could do silly things with a straight face. It was very disconcerting. That child knew that his mother did not like Dr. Pepper. I think he was 3 the first time he switched our glasses.
So he's got a great sense of humor with a bunch of orneriness built right in.
Oh, yes, ma'am. That child was ornery. Oh, he was ornery. Yep. Yep. Him and his dad are just built out of the same cloth.
Yeah. Well, Hannah, I didn't realize how ornery or silly either one that Darren could be until I had Hannah, and then he let it show because she's just like you.
Oh, dear. Oh, no. That's just,
Uh,
Uh-huh. Yep.
Luckily for them, I love them both very much
There you go. Uh-huh.
because I put up with it. But they've
Julie,
also learned that their brand of humor,
does
they
not
need to
fit
use it with each other.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Use it with each other because Ethan and I don't appreciate it the same way they do.
Julie
It doesn't
loves
get a good enough response.
toast with butter and Vegemite or butter and marmalade. So I've had Vegemite and I don't particularly like it. So you
I
can just keep
never have.
that. Somewhere along the line, I think actually when we were still in Alabama, Brandon had a very good. Brandon had a special teacher in Alabama because he was so far ahead of some of the kids. So she put like 11 of them into the 3rd grade together, and then she would pull them out twice a week. It gave the teacher time to let the other kids catch up, and then these kids were doing something different, and then when they went back, they weren't sitting there bored, which was a really good thing. And they studied a lot of different countries and things like that, and they would have special snacks and stuff. And since Brandon's allergic to food, a lot of the snack situation had to go through mom. So mom would often get invited to those special days, and so that I could read all the bottles.
Yeah, make sure it was going to be okay.
Yeah, make sure that the child wasn't going to spin off the wall next time that they saw him. Because fortunately for us, Brandon's allergies were not ones that were life-threatening.
Oh, that's good.
They weren't helpful, but they weren't life-threatening.
Yeah.
And yes, Joy, it was well played. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what I'd have done if that poor kid had been allergic to peanuts. Of course, he wasn't allowed to have peanut butter but every 4 days, so that was hard too.
Yeah.
But it
So did
worked
y'all
for him.
have to rotate everything he ate?
Yep. Yeah. Um, 4-day rotation diet. But within a year, he started to feel so much better. It was so noticeable, and um, it really wasn't too hard after that. He was really pretty good about it. The one thing he missed was cheese. Um,
Oh, I bet.
yeah, cheese was, and they do not make. There is nothing in the way of non-milk cheese, and since Brandon is allergic to goat's milk as well as regular cow's milk, there was nothing we could really do. Ice cream, rice milk. They make a good rice ice cream and yogurt actually, that he didn't mind and was pretty happy with. But cheese was his. And ostriches make a giant egg like this, and when you put it into freezer things and freeze it, two little ice cube trays make a nice egg. So we had eggs and most everything I could find other options for. It was There wasn't a lot that he didn't get.
Okay.
Now, uh-huh. Did you find
That
something?
is going to stay, that building right there.
Okay, I like that building, especially under the boat.
Yeah, I do too. And on top of the plane.
Joy, I think that the two families will be good together. We can't wait. We were supposed to get to be together last spring, and it kind of fell apart when we had to come home. But hopefully this spring it's going to work. Hopefully,
Hopefully, things will be better.
yeah. Hopefully,
We're counting on that.
we have little crossed fingers. Oh, and Santa Claus is growing his beard back.
Yay.
Right now, he's in that really nasty, scratchy stage.
Uh,
I can't remember whether he was going or whether I was going, and we were, going to run errands or something. And I kissed him goodbye, and I said, "Are you planning on growing your beard back?" He says, "No, I'm just going to be scratchy for you for the next 2 weeks." He was trying to purposely scratch me, is basically what he was telling me, and I'm like, "Yeah, right." And he said, "No, I'm going to grow it back." I'm like, "Uh-huh." Yeah. He got tired of shaving. Hmm.
I can remember when I was young, my granddad, one time, I hugged him when he had, he hadn't shaved for a day or two or something like that. Over the weekend, he would shave because he preached. So he would shave for Sunday. And then during the week after he retired, he wouldn't shave every day. So he would be kind of scruffy like that. And well, I was actually a teenager, and I said, I teased him about it, and so he just rubbed his face all over me, teasing me.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yep.
then every time I would come, he would come at me and do that, and he would say, "Oh, you love it." I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Oh."
yeah. Yeah.
I said, "You're being mean," and he said, "Yeah, but you're meaner than me." So
Oh, he was good, wasn't he?
he
Oh, he was
was, and he was ornery, but he was an amazing man.
good.
I I miss him still.
Oh, that blue is really strong in my brush. It just does
Oh,
not
that's
want.
nice, Joy.
What's going on?
Her husband's job let him off an hour early because it's his birthday.
Yay! That's cool.
Well, there's a lot of cool architecture, but I don't really want them right next to each other. So,
Yeah,
I'm taking it out.
take it out. And not only that, you don't want just to have architecture in the middle.
Right. I just hope I don't end up with sports in the middle.
Yeah, because architecture should have come first.
Yeah.
That book is really kind of odd.
No, the sports are down here. This is
Oh,
up here. So it did. The architecture did come first.
okay. All right. And I'm going to have to go pretty soon.
Okay.
Okay. Um, hmm, maybe in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
That's fine with me.
Okay. I got to cook Jeffrey something to eat.
Well, that's important.
And then I got to go play dominoes.
That sounds like fun.
And I might have to win tonight. I just might. I don't think I won last time. So I might just have to win tonight.
So you let other people win once in a while?
Yeah, I let them. Oh, it was so funny when we first started playing dominoes with this couple. Everyone would win. Everyone would win except Jeffrey. Jeffrey he just never won this game. It was just like never won, and it's just like it got to be just really awful because everybody else we would take turns winning. Who knows who would win. Dominoes is a really odd game that you think you're ahead, and then all of a sudden it's like bam, you're at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. Are
So
you playing dominoes, or are you playing
Mexican Train is what we usually
Mexican
play.
Train? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And poor Jeff didn't win and didn't win and didn't win, and then he won. And it was like after that, it's not nobody could win but him for a while. It was like, oh dear, Jeff's just always gonna take the lead on this, I guess. It was like, okay.
He won once, and it created a monster.
It created a monster. Uh-huh. It was just so funny that he didn't win and he didn't win and he didn't win. Then all of a sudden it's like, yep, Jeff's gonna win now. Okay.
We used to play Mexican Train when we would take the kids to visit Darren's parents. That was a game they really enjoyed. I've played it a few times with other people, but that's
That's
where
when
I
you
learned it, and that's when we played it the most, was
most.
just with them.
Jeff and I haven't played by ourselves in a while. Sometimes it's a game that two people can play, and it's not too boring because I recently was in one of the thrift stores, and because I had trouble buying dominoes, they all come from the same company, and they were all they were supposed to be different colors, and for some
Yeah.
reason they were all weird colors, and they didn't have they all seemed to be the same color. It was weird. And I looked and looked and looked, and I took like 4 sets of dominoes back different times. And here I went in the one of the stores, and I got 2 sets for $1.99. Both of them much better colors than ours, and I was only missing one domino, the double 12. In one of the sets is gone, so we can just use the double 12 out of our original set that doesn't have good colors.
Yeah.
So now I have a set for the house and I have a set for the camper.
Oh, cool.
So Janet's leaving. Bye, hun. I hope she
Bye,
didn't go
Janet.
before I looked up. Accent, heavy on the accents. Yep. I guess my water brush is running out of water. That's what's going on. Oh, you really ought to leave that little. That would be terrible to leave right there, though. That little. No, straight down from where your finger was a minute ago. That thing. What is that? It's like a tower, or
It's it's a tower from a temple in India.
yeah.
It would be cool.
But it's going to be a bear to cut around all the time. Of course, you've been
Yeah,
cutting around everything else, so
I have been. I have been. Hmm. I definitely have to glue it down if I do that because I've cut right here. You know,
Hey,
several deep. I would have. Do what?
I'm reading Joy's heavy on the accent. Accent. That is just not blended together enough. I just didn't like how that looked. There we go. That's way better. Okay.
I think I'm going to go ahead and take it out, Tanya.
Okay. You know,
I like it too, but
okay, if you take it out further down, you could put it back in where you don't have to cut around it so many times.
that's true. Or I could put it in right here.
Yeah. There you go. So. Oh, that bug's definitely orange. Except what? It doesn't fit there.
Well, I'm gonna just hold on to it, and I might stick it over here somewhere later.
Well, I'm gonna get ready to go because, like I said, I promised Jeffrey I would get some dinner cooked and that we could go do this tonight. If it wasn't that I have a show the rest of the week, we could have gone later in the week. Good day. All looks great. Yeah. Okay. Lisa needs to show us her other book. How have you done on your other book?
Oh, I haven't done anything since we were
okay.
Well, I did. I mean, I glued the front and back
together,
and I did glue this picture in right there.
Okay.
But that's all I've done.
Okay. And then let's make you big for just a minute, just so we can see your project. That's looking really cool, Lisa. It's really looking good. Now, show me the side of it where your right thumb is. Yeah, you've only got about an inch left, don't you? Or three
Yeah.
quarters of an inch. So you're
Yeah,
getting
I'm
there.
tempted to leave this.
I like that. And it's a cool, it
The
draws
angle
your,
of it.
the angle of it, it draws your
Yeah.
eye real well.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do instead of putting this back in.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that though, because I might use it somewhere else. But
Yeah, Barbara says she's back just in time to say goodbye. Yep, she is. Okay, and this is, oh, I guess I better come back out a little bit. Yep, it got her just as we're getting ready to go. It's got hold of her. So, and I just glued some bugs in today. I colored bugs and I glued bugs in, but I'm really loving it. It's I need to stick some more bugs that go out the edge. I need to remember to do that because I really like the idea of that happening. I'm loving how the bugs are, how you look down and you see all the bugs below it too. And then
yeah, I like that too.
they come up. And I'm not too unhappy with them being creamy over on the backside. It doesn't bother me too much.
Well,
I was
good.
afraid I might not like that. So, but there was no way I was coloring both sides of the bugs. It was just
No, I don't blame you.
So, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So, thanks, Barbara. I like the cover too. It's not quite done, but I do like it. And then it's going to have something on the spine. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to end the live stream and we'll see you Thursday. Lisa, what is that book called before we go? Because I just saw Joy's question.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I took the cover and folded it back and glued it, and so I can't look on it to see. It's a DK book, some kind of an encyclopedia of the world technology or something like that.
Yeah. And Joy, we've been calling these carved books, but basically they're altered books, and they're more about like there's kind of like a shadow box book or or more of an art piece or an altered book than something else that we might be making. So what is the technique called? The technique is called, we're calling it carved books, carved. And Lisa did do a prep video for this.
It says October and November prep video.
Right. Okay, so October and November prep video. And if you watch that and look in the description box, there's a whole bunch of links to some really cool carved book artists. So,
yeah, you will enjoy watching those videos. I've watched them like 3 times. They're just really interesting.
If you look on Pinterest, she put some Pinterest links in there, and there is so many ideas. It's just amazing. So, thank you, Joy.
Yeah. In the description box, there's videos and a Pinterest link.
Right. So do check out that prep video. October, November prep video. So, okay, guys, I'm going to go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.